Isang masayang pagbati na may ngiti sa aking mga labi. Naghahanap ba kayo ng makakatuwang sa pagre-review ng inyong anak? Meron yan sa DepEd. Ang ETUlay online tutorial ay libre at handog ng ating kagawaran sa pangunguna ng OUA ICTS EdTech. Ito ay isang proyektong makatutulong sa mga mag-aaral, katuwang ang mga magulang o kasama sa kani-kanilang tahanan para masagutan at maunawaan ang mga modules. Hangad din ng programang ETUlay ang matulungan ang ating mga guro sa kanilang mga blended learning classes. Ang ating ETUlay ay mula kinder hanggang senior high school. Bukod sa academics, meron din tayong mga special programs gaya ng All is Wellness, Reading and Math Remediation, Storytelling, Mommy Tech Talks, Classes sa Gramatika, Speech Class, Financial Literacy, at marami pang iba. Pinalawig din ng ETUlay ang ating Alive program para sa mga mag-aaral mula grade 1 hanggang grade 3. Gayun din ay mayroon tayong ALS program at SPED tutorials na makasisigurong makakamit ng lahat ang inclusive education. May SPED hotline na rin para sa inyong mga katanungan patungkol sa special education. Kaya, subaybayan mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, mula 9:00 ng umaga hanggang 7:00 ng gabi ang ating ETUlay. Sa ating pagtutulungan, maiaangat natin ang bawat isa. Ating itutulay ang pagkatuto upang di mapigil ang pag-aaral ng kabataang Pilipino. Itulay natin ito, sulong edukalidad.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Kit.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and we welcome you to another Tuesday here at Creative Nonfiction. Pambihira, napaka ganda ng araw na ito. No? Makulat-ulan, malamig-lamig, masarap matulog. Kumusta ka, Tutor Jerry?
As usual, Tutor Kit, I'm fine.
Yes.
Because, syempre, we're still in... malapit na pala tayong matapos, although
I know.
Merong bitter side because of the yung napapalapit na pagtatapos ng ating mga episodes. We are already in our
6th week, no? Grabe.
week 7 na.
Oh, week 7 na siya next week. And
At
then
ako'y
week
nawawala, Tutor Kit.
Okay lang, nawawala kahit di nakikita. Okay, of course. Welcome guys to our week 6 for this week. Today we have prepared an amazing lesson about how to write a critique for a peer's work. And of course, Tutor Jerry, hindi mawawala ang ating pa-shoutout dyan, no? So mauna na ako. Shout out sa pinakaunang nag-comment for today, Sir Junjun R. Ramos. Hello, sir. And also Athena Faye Lucero Viernes, Special shout out din kay Ma'am Nova Dolor B. Pilayo, or our program head sa sa senior high school English. Kay Naira Dagman, Rogen Reyes, and lahat na nanonood ngayon sa Tarlac Province, Schools Division of Tarlac Province. Ikaw, Tutor Jerry, do you have anyone you want to shout out to?
Yes, Tutor Kit. Shout out sa mga magulong teachers dito sa ComLab ngayon. Especially Sir Jess, who is who's having their parang presentation of the narratives ng mga senior high school students. Hello po sa inyong lahat, and hopefully
Hello.
naka-tuned in pa rin kayo, especially our creative nonfiction students. It's Tuesday afternoon, and we would like to welcome you all.
Yes, that's right. So far we have 10 viewers at the moment, and hopefully guys, sa lahat ng manonood, paki-share yan sa inyong mga GC, sa inyong mga friends, sa inyong mga parents, sa inyong aso at pusa. Let them watch and learn today. All right. So, lastly, Tutor Jerry, ikaw lang, and you did a really great job. And we challenged them to describe an ulam or a dish made by their mom or any of their relatives, and then write a short food writing essay about it. And we have two amazing individuals who were up for the challenge. Sino ba sila, Tutor Jerry?
Same as the old days, Tutor Kit.
Yes, yes, that's right.
It's Neslin and Kate RG.
Yes, and they're some of the most amazing writers I've ever seen and read their work. No, so let's read a little bit of Nestlin's work here. On the get-go, she said, "I let my spoon dive on the boiling sinigang soup and take a spoonful amount of it." Amazing visual imagery here, like the spoon diving, and also a mountain of rice was already served on my plate with a bowl of this mouth-watering dish. Amazing use of hyperbole here. Tutor Jerry, what did you like about Nestlin's work here?
It's parang it's a favorite dish for Ilocanos. That's why doon sa ating tips last time, you were able to make use of a lot of of sensory images. Hindi siya
Yes.
nag-stick sa dadalawa, which is the taste and the smell.
Yes, I
Ayun.
totally agree. And she was able to fully immerse us as her readers into the action. Para andun tayo, nakikitikim din ng sinigang. And we have our next studio of the week, Keith RGC Runas. Okay, Tutor Jerry?
Runas. Yes, Tutor Kit, it's about a tinola. And just like Neslin, you were able to use also the sense of hearing. Hindi siya naka-stick sa dalawa. And then it's more on the verbs.
Yes.
Konti lang yung kanyang mga adjectives. Which is also a tip in the last sessions about food writing.
That's true. And she was actually quite, what do you call this, effective in like getting into the action. Like sinasabi niya na, I would hear the clatter of the casserole, the kitchen knife hitting the bones of the chicken, or the crisp sound of the onions and ginger gliding from the chopping board. Great visual and auditory. Parang naririnig ko yung pag-chop-chop ng knife on the chopping board, and you're an amazing writer if you can do that to your readers. So congratulations, Keith RG, as always, and Neslin as well. Nice. It's now time to review
As
for our
always.
flash review. Ayan na. Okay, Tutor Jerry.
Our flash review. Tutor
Yes,
Kit.
yes, please, Tutor Jerry. Go ahead.
Okay, so you will be deciding whether the following statements are true or not in food writing based on the discussion last time.
Yeah.
and you are going to write yay if it's true, and nay if it's false, tutor kid.
Yes. Yeah, and so type down just yay, no, if it's true, or nay, if it's false. Let's go straight to the first question here. Question number one. Humor is highly discouraged in food writing. Is this a yay or a nay? Go ahead, guys. Type down your answers, please, as fast as you can. I know you can do it. Alam ko, diniscuss talaga ito ni Chiro Jerry in great detail eh. Kaya it's impossible for you guys to forget about this. Ayan,
Actually,
sino
tutor
kaya?
kid, I also discussed this during our face-to-face
Ay,
last week.
talaga, Chiro Jerry. Hopefully, I don't know, hopefully it helped your students on the face-to-face classroom as well, as much as it was helping our students in the online, no? Ayan. Salamat
Yeah,
kayo sa mga
they are
puso.
amazed actually with your
Talaga po.
examples, your
Ay,
masterpieces, tutor kid.
oh, thanks, guys. I mean, it's kind of hard to actually get some samples online or from other sources because creative nonfiction is a fairly new area. So, and we wanted something that is contextualized, no, sa Pilipinas. Okay. So, Churo Jerry, i-reveal na natin, no? Answer reveal na. The answer is nay. Actually, in-encourage namin kayo guys na to add humor into your writing. If you can make your readers laugh, that's a plus. It's actually, if you make them laugh, you actually hook them into your essay more. No, so people like that when they laugh. Okay, number two na tayo. Tutor Jerry, what is number two?
Yes, tutor kid, instead of adverbs, you're going to use strong verbs instead. Is it a yay or a nay?
What do you think, no? Parang adverbs, mas maganda ba na, oh, this sinigang is very so delicious. No? Adverbs na very and so pa. Or you could use stronger verbs instead. Is that a yay or a nay? What do you guys think? Ayan. Hello
Nanghihina
pala
ang
kay
aking internet
Warren.
connection, tutor
Oh,
kid.
naku, Chiro Jerry. Baka dahil siguro marami pang teachers dyan. Okay. Anyways, hello kay Christine Talosig,
True.
kay Jeza Bernadas, kay Renz Cuare, Jennifer Galasinaw, and Kiza Abordo. So, answer reveal na tayo, and the answer is yay. Okay. So, the thing about this tip is that instead of using adverbs, just use stronger verbs instead. They're actually verbs. You can just look up at some verbs in the dictionary. For example, walk. There are many kinds of walk. For example, you don't say she walks so slowly. That's boring. But if you use the word amble, she ambled up into the corridor. So ambled is actually more concrete than just saying so slowly. No, so that's one example. Ayan. Next na tayo, number three, Tutor Jerry.
You don't have to use all the five senses in writing about food. It's a negative statement because of the word don't.
Yes. Hindi ba kailangan magsulat na gamit yung five senses? Ano sa palagay you guys? Wala tayong nag sa kanay, Tutor
Yeah,
Jerry.
nabanggit ko yun nung una.
Mm-mm.
Tulog habang nagta-type, tutor kid.
Okay. All right. We have 11 viewers as of now because maybe marami na sa ating mga estudyante ang nag face to face. Okay. So, answer reveal na tayo, Tutor Jerry. And the
Yes,
answer
tutor
is
kid. Actually, meron na.
nay.
Nay.
Ayan. Okay. So, ano pala dapat, Tutor Jerry? Kapag nagsulat tayo.
Yes, you have to use all the five senses so that you'll be able to syempre quote the attention, to catch the attention of your readers. Hindi ka lang
Yes.
mag-stick sa dadalawa because say for example, if food lang, you don't have to stick with the smell and the
Yes.
taste.
True. Yeah. And even if, for example, no, kumain ka ng chicharon, no? I think the chicharon has this auditory quality na kapag igaganon mo siya, di ba, marinig mo siya. So if you can, uh,
Yes.
if you can like illustrate that to us through words in your writing, and that would be great. That would be more immersive. Para feeling namin, narinig namin yung chicharon na nagka-crackle as you like take it apart using your hands, right? So yeah, here you go, guys. Okay, Tutor Jerry, and now we are on to our next lesson, no? Which is writing peer critiques, no? For our classmates, no? Kapag ibig sabihin nito, ah, paano ba natin, paano ba tayo mag-judge, no? Ng work ng iba. So for example, di ba, nagsulat kayo buong klase ng essay. And then sinabi ng teacher, oh, peer critic na guys. What does that mean? Ano ibig sabihin nun? No? So, Chiro Jerry, at ito yung magiging lesson natin for today. Kung paano ba magbigay ng critique o ng advice sa ating kaklase, no, sa kanilang mga works. Okay? Ready ka na ba, Chiro Jerry? Ooh. I think Chiro Jerry is all right. Okay, that's fine, guys. Okay, so I think in order to understand this fully, we need to go back to the definition of what a critique is. We actually discussed this on the first week of our fourth quarter. So just let's read through this so to review what it means to critique something. So as a noun, a critique is an analysis and evaluation of something. No, any subject. Now, in this case, the subject in question could be your personal essay. Depende sa pinagawa sa inyo ng teacher ninyo. No, it could be a food writing. So, ibig sabihin, anything na ginawa niyo sa klase ninyo, no, is worthy of a critique. Chiro Jerry, andyan ka na ba? Pakigalaw ng baso, magparamdam ka.
Iwan ka daw yung baso, Tutor Kit.
Ayan, natapon na ang baso. Joke lang. Okay.
Natapon ang baso.
Okay, Tutor Jerry. So ano naman ang ibig sabihin kaya ng critique as a verb?
Yeah. So, Tutor Kit, when we speak of critique as a verb, it's used to analyze and evaluate a subject, situation, literary work, and everything.
Yes, just basically. Kaya pwede natin palang gamitin Tutor Jerry no, na for example, oh, pakikritik nga itong essay ko. Oh, that's a verb. No? Or pwede mo rin sabihin na, uy, ano na nga yung critique mo sa akin noon? So that's a noun. So pwede mo siyang mag-exchangein. Ganyan, ayan. So guys, hindi siya critic, ha? Critique. Baka mamaya magsabi ko yung critic. Okay, anyways. Ano naman ang peer critique? No? So, it's
Peer
kind of related.
critique.
Oo. So, Chiro Jerry, ano naman kaya ang peer critique? Chiro Jerry?
Yes,
Chiro-
Tutor Kit. Nawawala talaga.
Okay na, Chiro Jerry. Okay. All right. A peer critique, guys, according to Webster here, is a short piece of writing. Usually, isang paragraph lang siya, no? It contains a summary of a peer's work, no? Ano yung summary ng binasa mo na essay ng iyong kaklase? Next is an analysis of the strengths and weaknesses of the work. And then lastly, yung mga suggestions mo as a reader on how to improve the work. So remember, usually we do peer critiques when we have draft as a class. No? Yung mga estudyante ko sa Creative NonFiction, nagpe-peer critique kami kapag lahat sila nakagawa na ng draft. No? And this is a way for them to help each other improve. Andiyan na ba si Tutor Jerry?
Sakit sa ulo, Tutor Kit.
Ah,
Sakit sa
okay
ulo
lang
ang
yun.
papasok-pasok at lulubog lilitaw.
Baka siguro may nagdodota dyan sa faculty ninyo. May nag-ML.
May nag-ML, Tutor Kit.
So, Tutor Jerry, parang ganito siya, no? Ang iniisip ko kapag nag-peer critique, no? Parang for example, may dalawang magkaklase. For example, tayo magkaklase, Tutor Jerry. Sinasabi ko sa'yo,
Yes.
bro, can you read my personal essay? Tell me what you think is good and bad about it. If you have any suggestions on how to improve it, please let me know. Parang ganun siya pag nag-a-ask tayo ng critique. Ano naman yung sabihin mo, Tutor Jerry? Ikaw yung sure,
Siyempre,
bro.
sasagot ako, Tutor Kit. Sure, bro. Can you read mine and do the same thing? Do the same thing too?
Of course, let's exchange essays. So, parang ganun yung pure critique. Magpapalitan kayo ng ng essay, ng work. Tapos, titingnan ninyo kung ano yung maganda, ano yung pwedeng i-improve dito, at mag-suggest kayo. Ayan. So, may ginawa kaming pattern, guys, para masundan ninyo. So, tingnan mo natin kung ano yung goal of a peer critique. Tutor Jerry, can you help us? Okay.
Yes, Tutor Kit.
Yes, Tutor Jerry, can you help us? What is the goal of a peer critique, anyways? Okay. All right. So, ang goal, guys, ng peer critique is basically to help improve each other's drafts for revision. So, peer critiques and reviews should always be constructive and helpful. So when you say constructive, it is not destructive. You won't bring down someone else's work. You will find a way so that you can suggest some things to improve so that you can help that person improve, no? You build them up, you construct them. And your goal is basically to help out, no? Kaya, we created this pattern for you guys so that you'll have an easier time in critiquing your peers' work. So here's the pattern. It's the acronym SSWS. Okay, say it with me, guys. SSWS. Your turn. Okay, sana na sabi niyo yung SSWS. What does SSWS mean, anyways? Okay. Hi, Tutor Jerry. You're back from outer space. Okay.
Yes, Tutor Kit.
Okay.
SSWS.
All right.
Parang survey lang, Tutor Kit.
Parang nga eh. Parang tama. Parang SWS. Okay. Pero ito, Tutor
SWS
Jerry,
survey. Yeah.
sa SWS, ito naman ay SSWS. Parang SSWS. Anyways, S is for summary. Another S is for
Summary.
strengths. W for
Strengths.
weaknesses. And S for suggestions. No? Ito yung magiging
Wow.
pattern ng paragraph nila, Tutor Jerry. Summary, strengths, weaknesses, suggestions. SSWS. Sige. Isa-isa natin, Tutor Jerry. Ayan.
Yes, Tutor Kit. Finally, medyo clear na.
Ayun, perfect. That's great. All right. So now let's go first to how to write a summary. So remember, guys, this is just one paragraph, and we'll just be discussing each of like the separate parts of this paragraph. Okay. So ito yung ating magiging basis of our critique. So we'll be critiquing this food essay called "My Mom." Okay. So Tutor Jerry,
My
can you
mom,
help us
yeah.
read this just to refresh us on what transpired in this essay?
Yeah. So this was the essay last time.
Yes.
During our food essay discussion. It's entitled "My Mom." Of course, the author is the brilliant Tutor Kit.
No.
My mother, my mother boils a pot full of coconut milk, gently simmering with diced carrots, sayote, and potatoes. And she calls it Chicken Maryland. Nag-isip yung mga estudyante ko dito, Tutor Kit, eh. Opening statement pa lang. It is quite the legacy me and my siblings fight for on a Sunday after church. After meetings and over discussions of who came late at church and how our dog Midnight dug another hole somewhere in the garden. Yeah. Beads of sweat would dot her forehead from the steam. They could imagine it actually
Yeah.
during my discussion. Strands of hair would twirl on her face like tentacles as she wipes it with her shirt. A typical na cook. We
Totoo.
dig
Oo.
in dipping the tender meat cuts into the saucer brimming with patis. And of course, she'd eat last
Yes.
because, syempre, it's siguro yung parang trait of a mother
Yes.
na kakain muna ang lahat bago siya kakain.
Totoo.
On rainy Sundays, when our church shoes are out the kitchen half wet in mud and rainwater, she would cook sinigang. The house would smell sweet and tangy when she adds grass, sampalok, and sili to her concoction.
Yes. Ayan. So, sabi ko nga, no, na this still deserves some critiquing kasi there's always a room to
Room,
improve,
yeah.
no? Yeah. But thank you, Tutor Jerry, for reading that amazingly well. Okay. So, yun yung i-critique natin ngayon. Let's begin with the summary. So, what should a summary look like? Ano ba to? Okay. So, a summary is one sentence or two. No, tandaan nyo na guys, ha? Isang sentence lang siya or two sentences. Summarizing what the work is all about. So, para siyang, it's basically a brief overview ng essay ng kasama mo. No? So, parang ikwento mo lang in one sentence or two sentences kung ano yung, kung tungkol saan yung kanyang work. And then don't forget, it should include basic information about the work of your peer, like anong pangalan niya, the author, no? What's the title of his work, and then the synopsis of the work, no? Yung overview. Here's an example, guys, para makita ninyo. Ayan. So ito. So, for example, Kate Nagado's essay, My Mom, that's my name, which is the author's name. My Mom is the title of the work. Depicts the author's recollection of his mom's cooking and the meaningful events surrounding those delicacies. So this is basically just an overview. Parang summary lang siya ng work in one sentence. So don't forget to include the name of the author, that's your classmate's name, and the title of his or her work, and then the summary. Okay. Next is the strengths, and this will be discussed by Tutor Jerry. Ano ba yan?
Natuwa ako.
Tutor Jerry yung papansinin nila. Okay.
Strengths. Natuwa ako dun sa hashtag buhay pa kami ng mga estudyante ko,
Oo
Kid.
nga eh.
Because actually, sinabi ko sa kanila na magparamdam sila ngayon sa online using hashtag buhay pa kami.
Buhay pa kami. Buti
Hindi
pa
kasi
buhay.
sila nagpaparamdam sa
Oo nga.
for the episodes na discuss natin, Tutor Kid.
That's right.
Yan ang parusa nila. Okay, so strengths tayo, Tutor Kit. We refer to the details and the imagery. Ayan, yun kasi ang nagpapalakas sa isang a short masterpiece kung gaano siya kadetalyado, and then the use of the imagery, the senses. And then emotional quality, kailangan ma-appeal when it comes to getting the attention of the readers. Okay, so appropriateness, did they follow instructions? Meron kasing alignment. And then relevance, is this relatable? Doon sa reader. Okay, that is very important when you do something. Kailangan makaka-relate yung mga readers. And then the mechanics, we talk about the grammar or spelling errors. Masakit kasi sa tenga if may mga errors, especially sa grammar when you read. And then organization, where you're able to follow the essay smoothly. From the opening statement to the body down to the summary to the conclusion.
That's true, Chiro Jerry.
Tutor
Eh,
Kit?
ito yung mga basis nila para maghanap ng strength. So for example, kung may nakita silang maganda o nagustuhan nila, they should mention that on the strengths portion of the critique paragraph. So, may mga examples sa Chiro Jerry. Ayan. So, tama pala, sorry. Chiro Jerry, keep going, please.
Yes. The strength also describes the work in a detailed and specific manner, usually in 2 to 3 sentences lang. And then cite parts of the work that are praiseworthy and impressive. And then the last one is you have to avoid being superficial or fake.
Okay.
Ang hirap
Yeah.
nun. Pag
Oh, yeah.
superficial.
Ito yung mga may ipakita tayong examples sa kanila na medyo superficial, no, na critique. Ito, basahin natin, guys. So for example, ito, nag-critique siya ng strength. The descriptions in the essay were good. The author really did a great job in writing this essay. I love reading it. Although positive ito, Chiro Jerry, pero hindi siya specific. Saan dito yung good? Ano yung good, no?
Yeah.
Ano yung saan nag-great job ang author? Ano yung na-love mo? Ano yung nagustuhan mo dito? So this is superficial and this is fake. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo
Superficial.
talaga binasa.
Fake.
Oo.
Yeah.
Here's an example naman of
Hindi siya
a
detailed.
genuine. Oh, hindi siya detailed. No? So ito yung example naman, Chiro Jerry, ng mas detailed. Okay, can you help us read this, Chiro Jerry?
Yes, Tutor Kit. The author used details that stimulate multiple senses and paint a picture. That's a critique actually. Ito na yun. Details like church shoes, half wet in mud and rainwater, and the house smelling sweet and tangy create an almost palpable experience for the reader. Okay?
Yan. Kung mapapansin mo, Chiro Jerry, no, we used a more detailed and specific description here kung ano yung nagustuhan natin. Dito, nagustuhan natin talaga yung yung mga details. Kasi it stimulates multiple senses and it paints a picture. And then nag-cite tayo ng mga specific na mga lines dito from the work na nagustuhan talaga natin and why. So kaya alam talaga agad ng author kung saan siya malakas. No? It's very specific. Here's another example. Tutor Jerry?
I'm going to read, Tutor Kit. Yeah. The author's visual description of his mom creates an emotional moment in the essay. Details like beads of sweat, ayun nga, parang na-imagine ng reader if the reader is good, on her forehead wiped by her shirt, shows a mother that is willing to work hard and sacrifice for her children.
Yes.
The sweat itself is a sacrifice.
Yes. Right. Yeah. And if you notice here, guys, we critiqued the work here based on the emotional quality of it. No, yung kanina, yung mga basis natin kanina. And we cited specific parts of the essay to really pinpoint the parts wherein the author was really strong. No? So ito yung strength niya. Now, let's now go. So tapos tayo sa summary and strengths. Let's now go to weaknesses.
Weaknesses.
Okay.
Weaknesses.
Now, if you notice here, guys, same lang tayo ng basis sa strengths, no? Ngayon, kung may nakita kayong pwedeng i-improve sa details and imagery, emotional quality, appropriateness, relevance, mechanics, and organization, you can also comment on that. Katandaan natin, guys, no? Weaknesses are not really like bad points, no? These are just points na kailangan lang i-improve ng ating author. So here are some guidelines for you guys know on how to add a weakness part in your critique paragraph. So, number 1, cite only 1 to 2 things in your peer's work. Kanina, di ba, ang strengths are 2 to 3 strengths. Kontian nyo lang ang weakness. Siguro isa lang or dalawa pinakamarami na yun. Kasi we don't want the weaknesses to overpower the strengths. Nakaka-depress kaya yun. Saka marami pa naman kayo na magpi-peer review. Same thing with the strengths, guys. We require you to be specific. No? Avoid being too general or vague. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, this is bad, or I don't like this. Be specific. Why is this bad? Why you didn't like it? No? And remember that your purpose is to help your peer improve their work. Ayan. Uh, Here's an example. Tutor Jerry, pakibasa nga itong example na ito ng part ng weakness.
Yes, Tutor Kit. I did not like the story. It was boring. The details and imagery were so-so. Ayan.
Okay. Okay ba ito, Tutor Jerry?
Parang nang o-offend ka na.
Oo nga, ang sakit naman sa loob nito. No? So this is not good, guys. This is actually vague. Malabo siya, hindi
That's
sure
great.
kung saan. And it's also mean. Maano siya, it's rude. Masama siya.
Mean.
No? Sabi nga, di ba, why you gotta be so rude? No? So, okay. Here's an example of a better
Gonna
a
be
better
so-
weakness. Tutor Jared, can you help us read this, please?
Yes, Tutor Kit. I love reading about the author's experiences about his mom's cooking. However, I think the essay lacks some personal reflections from the author.
Okay.
Ayan. May
So, ito ba,
positive,
Tutor?
may negative
Oo.
naman sa dulo. It's
Ma-offend ka ba
balance.
ni Tutor Jerry? Balance siya, no? Hindi siya nakaka-offend. No?
Yes.
So ito yung lacks some personal reflections from the author. So it's actually quite, what do you call this? Quite specific. Alam mo kaagad kung ano yung kulang sa ano na ito. Okay, so medyo magmamadali tayo konti. Okay. So, punta na tayo ngayon sa suggestions. Kasi pambihira, 4:33 na.
Suggestions.
Tutor Jerry, go ahead. Help us with this part,
For
please.
33, Tutor Kit.
Okay, Tutor Jerry.
At ako'y
Hello?
nawawala na naman.
All right. All right, for suggestions. All right. So guys, now your suggestions are actually related directly sa weaknesses mo. So ibig sabihin, kung ano yung sinabi mong weakness, doon ka rin magsa-suggest. So for example, kung sinabi mo sa weakness that he lacks some personal reflections, then your suggestion should be something about writing a personal reflection. So for example, so sabi dito, after introducing a weakness, make an actionable suggestion to improve it. When you say actionable suggestion, ito ay suggestion na pwedeng gawin agad ng author, no? So, and that means you need to be specific with your suggestions. So, for example, ito yung weakness, no? Sinabi mo na it lacks a storyline or narrative. Your personal essay lacks a storyline. So dapat ang suggestion mo ay something that would improve this. So it's something like this then. So you can say, to improve this, the author can add an ending to the essay since it already has a beginning and a middle. The author can also add their reflection at the end to give the story a satisfying conclusion. So see how our suggestion is closely related dun sa weakness. Andiyan na ba si Tutor Jerry ulit? Andiyan ka na ba, Tutor Jerry? Are you back?
Para akong pagong na Tutor Kit.
Oh, it's so sad, Tutor Jerry.
Sorry.
It's okay. All right, here's another example, Tutor Jerry. Ito naman yung weakness. Tapos ipapakita natin yung suggestion. Tutor Jerry, can you help us read this? Okay, I think I lost him again. All right. So for example, guys, our weakness here is that we said that the personal essay contains grammar errors, no? That it kind of made the narrative or the essay kind of vague, no? Or medyo mahirap siyang intindihin. And so, our suggestion should be directly connected to that, no? About grammar errors. So here's a suggestion. I recommend proofreading for grammar errors or running the work through a grammar checker before the final submission. This will reduce grammar errors. So notice the connection between the weakness and the suggestion. So, guys, if we put all of these together using the SSWS pattern, we will have a paragraph that looks like this. Okay, mahaba-haba siya, guys. So you don't have to read everything about this, but let us show you guys the parts. The first part, diba, is called the summary. This is the very first sentence of our paragraph. Ito yung the name of the author, what is the name of the work, and also the summary or the synopsis of the work. No, ayan, ito siya. Tutor Jerry, are you back?
Yes,
Okay.
Tutor Kit.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So yeah, Tutor Jerry, ito na yung nabuo nating paragraph.
My goodness, Tutor Kit. Ayan.
Okay. Next na tayo, Tutor Jerry, sa
Sa,
strengths, yung SSWS natin. Ito yung
yes, Tutor Kit.
strength na part. Tapos, next, Tutor Jerry.
The weakness, Tutor Kit.
So ito na yung weakness natin. Kung mapapansin nyo, maikli lang siya, mas maikli ka sa sa strength. And lastly,
Maikli lang. Yeah.
this is our suggestion to the weakness.
Your suggestions.
Yes. To the weakness that we set. Kaya, Tutor Jerry, kapag gagawin nila yung SSWS na pattern for writing a critique paragraph, it would look like this. Ayan. Okay.
Yes.
Guys, may mga tanong ba kayo? Do you have any questions? Wala naman siguro, no?
It's for
Is
they
it-
could screenshot the critique output, Tutor Kit, so that they will have
Yes.
an idea on how to do it.
Yes, I'll probably screenshot this too, and then maybe send it to DepEd ETUlay, and so we could have like a sample there. All right. So, guys, it's quite unfortunate that we had like internet interruptions throughout. But, Sir Jerry, can you tell us what is the challenge
Tutor Kit.
for next week?
So the challenge next week, last two. So you're going to write a peer critique on the short personal essay "We Used to Be" by Tutor Kit using the SSWS pattern, and then you could tag us, I and Tutor Kit, so that we could immediately see your outputs. Or
Yes.
you could also use the hashtag ETUlay NonFiction na binibisita ko every day.
Nice. Napakasipag Tutor Jerry. And this is the story we used to be, guys. We'll screenshot this as well, and then we will be posting this too on the DepEd ETUlay group page, where you are all invited to visit. Okay, Tutor Jerry?
Yes, Tutor Kit. And we will be leaving you with the quote from Richard Branson that every successful story is a tale of constant revision and change. Ayan, Tutor Kit. It's 4:40.
That's true. And of course, guys, remember this as a writer, don't be afraid to commit mistakes. Don't be afraid to let other people read your work. It's part of the process of improving. No, so don't be afraid of feedback. So that ends our session for today, Tutor Jerry.
Na itulay, Tutor Kit, despite
Yes,
of
ito
the
natin.
internet connectivity.
That's true. And thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
very
watching.
much.
And see you again next week, guys. Bye.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay Level Up. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!